Ready, hot!
Landry, what do you see? Tech is noticeably better on defense, although they played 3 weak tees, but what do you see from them defensively?
Yeah, they're playing really well right now, doing a lot of good things, matching up with people, and just playing really solid defense all the way around. So, like it is every year against every team, seems like in the Big 12, you're going to have a pretty big challenge up ahead of you.
Bob was talking about them, I think he said they're playing tighter coverage or something to the, I don't know if he was talking about man-to-man, but they were much better in the backfield. Have you noticed that defensively?
On the back end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing the ball a lot better when it's in the air, better than they have been, I think, since I've played them for sure, and they seem like they're doing a really good job of playing the run as well, so it's going to be a nice little challenge for us going into Lubbock.
Was last week more about working on you guys or working to get ready for Tech? I mean, what did you guys do more?
We did a little bit of both. We went good on good, and we also did scouts as well, so we kind of did both, still working on ourselves and working towards Tech as well.
Ranger, you guys have gotten off to kind of slow offensive start in the first 3 games. What do you guys need to do to change that?
I think just being more precise in what we're doing, just receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends, offensive line, just seems like we're just a little off, and I think just precision in what we're doing and really focusing on little things, correcting those and going from there.
When you look at, I don't know if you watched any football this weekend or not, but when you see the numbers or hear about the numbers of West Virginia and Baylor and some of the scores that are out there, does it dawn on you, or does it frustrate you or anything like that, your offense isn't clicking like that when you know you have that ability?
It kind of is what it is. They're playing good football, and we're not playing as well as we're capable of playing. But, that's one team and we're another team, so we're just focusing on us and focusing on what we need to do to get better.
Landry, Bob said that you worked more this week on finding the receivers, and as you talked about after the game, what you think one of the things you need to do is, again, survey the field, so to speak. Could you talk about what you thought maybe this past week? Did you develop more of a rapport with those guys, or did you feel like you worked on that a lot more this past week?
Yeah, I just think I was maybe forcing a little bit much down the field, too much, and maybe not taking more of my checkdowns when coverage sinks on us, which typically will happen because most of our guys are pretty quick inside, so they're going to sink, and most teams will do that to us, I think. And so I think that's one of the big things that you kind of try to focus on is you see coverage sink, you get it to people that are coming underneath and let them go make a play.
Can you talk about the challenge of, you've talked about this, Bob has, of letting the game come to you because there's so much scrutiny on you right now, and you want to make plays, but at the same time you realize that you kind of have to let it develop.
Yeah, that's what playing this position is all about. Everyone wants to make plays. Everyone wants to throw ridiculous amounts of touchdowns and throw for a lot of yards. And I think sometimes you get mixed up into that and wanting to push it down the field a little bit more than you should. So I think what this position is all about is taking what kind of the defense gives you regardless of what down it is or how long you have to go to get another first down.
You've had some pretty good relationships in the past with tight ends, whether it was Hannah or Trent Rattery. Is that something that's kind of made you feel a little less comfortable really not having? I know you've had some passes to Brandon and done some good things, but would you like to have a bigger presence from a tight end?
It's just we're just such a different offense than we were last year, just because of our youth at tight end. But I think those guys are coming along the way they need to come along, and we'll use them the way we see fit. And I think Coach Hype has done a really good job of kind of mixing it up, of playing in tight end and then playing kind of in our two-back stuff. So I think there's a nice little mix there that we have going.
What do you remember about your last trip to Tech?
I remember it wasn't too fun.
You guys had sweet uniforms, though, right?
Yeah, we had cool uniforms. We looked good, just didn't play very good.
Is there something more unusual about playing there as opposed to another road game? I mean, because Oklahoma's had some weird occurrences down there.
No, it's just another road game, but Tech's a good team, and when you don't play well against a good team, they'll typically beat you.
Landry, we talked a lot about your decision to come back, and you had said that part of your decision was because you didn't feel like you had performed the way you wanted to at the end of last year. So then what has the start of this season kind of felt like? Has that just felt like a tag-along of last season, or how are you trying to work through that?
No, I mean, I came back to kind of be a senior, and I came back to enjoy my senior year, and so regardless of how I performed, I don't ever regret coming back and making the decision to come back.
But do you feel like you're still kind of struggling like you did at the end of last year?
With my play?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I haven't played very well, so I still think I am kind of struggling, and but that's a game of football. Everything's not going to go the way you want it to go and how you picture it in your mind. You just got to keep plugging away and keep working.
So what are you using, I guess, as your motivation or your fuel to try and pull you out of it?
I think just wanting to play good. And it's pretty simple. I think it's just no one wants to play bad. No one wants to go out there and throw interceptions, and no one wants to be a part of a sputtering offense. But that's what we're kind of working through it right now, and we're still going to work hard, and we're still going to do the things that we're coached to do. And I think for me, it's just coming to a place of realizing what I'm capable of and playing the way I'm capable of playing.
Landry, how comfortable were you against Kansas State when you guys went up tempo? And is it something that this team can really develop into as the games go on?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of our offense, playing up tempo, and everybody's seen us do it all through the years. We do it pretty well. But like everybody's kind of been saying, you heard some of the guys, you can't go tempo all the time throughout the game. It's just it is tiring, it is taxing, so sometimes you have to slow it down. So it's nice to get a little mix in there, and I think we're still going to do that and still mix up our tempo and what we're doing.
Bob had talked about how the staff had gotten together and talked about Trey McGuire and getting him more involved, and also Justin. You talk a little bit about those outside receivers and how much you would like to see him more involved and how that would help the offense.
I mean, they're just another weapons that kind of haven't been used. I think the way the coaches had seen fit, both of those guys can make a lot of different plays, and they bring so much to the table to this offense. Not using them is kind of the thing that I don't know, I think we're just kind of leaving out there. You have so many weapons on this team, but if you don't use all of them, then you're leaving stuff on the field. So I think the coaches see that, and I think that might be an emphasis for us to maybe use them in different ways. And today we're going to see what all the coaches have in store for us and for them.
Landry, you guys, the program hasn't lost 3 games in a row on the road to any people very often. Have you guys talked about that, the challenge that you've had down there? And what is the reason for the difficulties down there?
No, we haven't really talked about it, but I think it's just something that happened. 2009 was the last time we played down there, and they got after us pretty good, and it was just one of those things that kind of happened. We didn't show up to play, and they showed up, and they played really well.
USA Today recently had a sit down with George Whitfield and talk with him, and it said in the article that you guys still text on like a daily basis. Can you tell us anything that he told you after that Kansas State game?
Yeah, me and George still text, and just kind of seeing how each other's doing and stuff, and he just kind of encouraged me and just told me kind of keep going and keep plugging away and never get discouraged or never question my abilities or anything like that. So it was just a nice little encouragement from him.
When you look at the struggles you have had this season, is it just a matter of not making that bad throw or getting rid of it faster when you should have, or are you trying to feel more comfortable in the pocket? I'm wondering if it's some issue of just comfort, or is it just a play here, a play there?
I think it's just more of a play here and play there. You look at Florida A&M. Had that pick over the middle, and that was kind of the play of the game that kind of, I don't know, we still played well, but that was the one play that I had that I remember from that game, and then Kansas State, it's the fumble and the interception too, and it's just, if you take those plays out, I think we still have a chance to go get it and maybe win that game, So I think it's just the little things and the little plays here and there that I'm not making that I need to make.
A teammate or two said today that they've noticed in practice that you've been a little more vocal, a little bit more of a leader. Is that true? Have you made a concerted effort during that off week to do that?
Yeah, I think for as a quarterback and as a leader in an offense, people are kind of looking at you, see how you're going to respond to a loss. And whenever you lose, nobody likes losing, but that next week the game's over, and you're working towards the next opponent, so you can't just mope around at practice and kind of go through the motions. It's one of those deals that you're going to bring positive energy, and you're going to have a smile on your face at practice, and you're going to go back to work.
Is it a strange thing to be the subject of so much scrutiny, to be to live your life under this sort of spotlight? To some extent, you've done it this is your 4th year, but probably it is weeks like this where it's really revved up. Is it a strange experience?
I think maybe at first it was, just not realizing what it's like being an Oklahoma Sooner, not just being a Sooner, but being the quarterback here. But now it's something you just sign up for. Typically people that are going to get most of the blame is the head coach and a quarterback in the game of football. So going into it, you have to realize what you're signing up for. You're going to get the glory whenever you win, and then whenever you lose, everyone's going to point a finger at you. And it's just something that comes along with the position and comes along with playing this game, and it's something that you have to kind of get used to and develop tough skin and just realize what you're there for and why you play.
Was there a point at which along your what's now become a very long road at Oklahoma, was there a point at which you did relax about it? Is it still something you find yourself dealing with, or just, how have you dealt with it?
I think after 2009, just kind of opened my eyes to what it's like playing here and all those things. And I think for me, it's one of the things that you have to just kind of make your circle of influence a little smaller, just with the people that you're actually listening to and the advice that you're giving, and a lot of prayer and a lot of discussion goes into that. And I think for me, it's just not really paying attention to people outside of my circle and just really listening to people inside my circle, just as my teammates, Whitney, and my coaches, and my family are the people that are kind of going to influence me and encourage me.
Was it strange at all reading what your wife goes through in a game?
I haven't read the article yet. I heard it was really good, though. I'm sure she had a good time watching Whitney kind of freak out during the game.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right.